Opening a new chapter in my life is always filled with so many uncertainties. It's like being lost in another world and yet still not adapting to the living lifestyle of your everyday lifestyle type of thing. I carry this feeling along with me throughout my first 2.5 weeks in confinement in national service, and today I just want to share more about my experience going through my first 2 weeks in national service and probably share some tips and advice on how can you actually adapt to the military lifestyle from our normal usual civilian lifestyle. This week I came out having to meet a ton of new friends and even being assigned as the platoon IC, which means a very big thing in the military world, and this means that I get to give commands and even uphold the responsibility of the entire platoon. And yeah, it doesn't sound really good, but having a small amount of responsibility, and okay, not really small, but a large amount of responsibility is kind of a good thing, especially when you're in the military lifestyle. And so let's talk more about it right after we have lunch. Never tasted food that has so much flavor. Besides the 2 weeks in Tekong. 2 weeks in Tekong has no flavor. Oh, it's so good.
I like this. It's like really good. I actually don't know. I think it's dumpling.
Since this morning, I've been in this uniform and I have not changed at all. Look at this. We're finally back. Finally, we're gonna eat some good food. Good food. We need some good food. We need some good food. Let's go eat some good food. Finally, food that I can taste. Matcha. Cheers. Donut, you need me? Come here. Get. Come here.
那有一个 dinner 也是不错，挺便宜的，是 Indonesian food。
Oh, I am so damn tired. Oh my god, I'm sweating like crazy. It's even worse. Okay, actually it's not that bad compared to being in Tekong, but yo, that was a good exercise, and I managed to break my 2.4 record. And okay, even though it didn't seem like it's very long, it's very fast, but honestly, I'm really proud of the effort that I put in for the past 2 weeks. Running every day, doing strength training in army, and now when I come out, I realized that my endurance is better. I can endure the pain, endure the run, just run as per usual, keep up to a certain pace and be even faster. And now, from 14 minutes, 2.4, I'm now 12 minutes and 50 seconds, 2.4. So the improve is so large. In 2.4, even a few seconds is considered a very big progress. Just like in F1, a few seconds means everything. Here, running, managed to get a 1 minute improvement within 2 weeks. That's insane. What a Saturday morning. So we're up, we just finished running, and now I just bathed, and I guess because it's always so hot, I've now gotten used to not wearing a shirt anymore. So first on the list, we're editing a new video. So this is my video from a week ago where I left for army. No, 2 weeks ago when I left for army, and what we did was we went to Arsenal game, we cut our hair, and we saw me get enlisted. So that was the end of my life for 2 weeks, and now I'm back. So we're gonna do a bit of admin stuff, which is editing, and then afterwards we're gonna be packing my field camp bag for not field camp, my assault bag for tomorrow's enlistment, because we're back on Friday, and then Saturday is one free day. We're gonna play mahjong later, and afterwards back the assault bag for tomorrow's enlistment, and give me my boots too. So yeah, there's just a bit of things to do, and I am so exhausted. So I'm just currently getting settled right now, having breakfast in the morning. As usual, we have the 2 eggs and 1 Milo, just that today we're having soft-boiled egg instead because, you know, just kind of feeling it. And besides that, we have a lot of things to do before we book in. So booking time is about 3:45. We're planning to reach that a bit earlier so we can have lunch with the family. And yeah, there's just a ton of things to do. As you can see, my assault bag right there has not been packed. My uniform there has not been folded, and I'm not in uniform yet. And yeah, there are just tons of things that are on the table where I need to basically pack into my assault bag. And one last thing is that, you know, so basically with the lack of time that I'm having like every single week, it's very hard to post like a single video every week now and then. So I'm just trying to get back the old clips, see whether I can come up with something, and also try to document a bit about like my national service as well. So, well, this is what I came up with like recently, 1 day ago. Like the effort, I swear to God, is very minimal. Like compared to last time, you know, I'll put in a lot of effort into these style vlogs. But then the problem is that now with the time constraint that you have, you can't really put in your maximum effort because you're just gonna delay and delay and delay and delay. And I guess that's not what I want to do. I want to stay consistent and try to post consistently while also having that message across. So I'm going with this like timeline plan where, you know, every week I will be editing one and posting one straight away, and the week before that I will be filming. So for example, I'm filming today, right? So next week I'm gonna edit it and post it right straight away. So I'm just gonna continue this. Hopefully, you know, it keeps on consistent, but as well as, you know, I want to give quality work, but definitely not my best quality, but I want to give quality work as well. Okay. The first thing that we need to pack before booking day is my assault bag. My assault bag is literally, well, filled to the brim. And there's a few stuff that, you know, I don't have to bring, and there's a few stuff that I need to bring, but mostly the essential stuff like, you know, your fabrics, your wet tissues, your cooling wipes, because all these style things you definitely need. So let me just go through one by one with you guys, and yeah, tons of army stuff. Okay, we just gotta lay out everything. Oh damn, that's a lot of things. Okay, so first let me just go through a few stuff. So when it comes to national service, there are a few things that you cannot bring in. Okay, let me just give you guys an example. One, medicine. So basically you're not allowed to bring any like Panadol, medicine, tablets, or any type of things that you're gonna consume on like a daily basis, because one reason is because they have an MO there. So it's called a medical office. So yeah, it's called the MO, and basically is where you literally, when you report sick, you literally go there to see the doctors there, and then basically they'll give you like an MC on basically what your status is, and so they'll give you the medicine. And because like our safety is up to their responsibility, so we're not allowed to bring any outside medicine that, you know, that they do not know about, and so we're not allowed to consume them as well. So it's safer not to bring them, and that's why I brought back all my Panadols today, and so we're not bringing them back in. Now let me just show you guys what are the important stuff that you need to bring if you're going to army. The first thing of all, toilet paper roll. This is not the most important thing, but it is one thing to show you guys, because they do provide toilet rolls, but it is not really the cleanest or like the neatest way possible. But that's the whole part of army, because army is to train you to, you know, live in a lifestyle where it's not typical from what you're living outside of Tekong. But do remember, I always bring like probably one, because nowadays army is very, I guess you can say, privileged. Like we're actually quite privileged because some of our toilets are being renovated, and they even include bidets as well. So with bidets over there, you don't really need toilet paper roll except for like, you know, cleaning the urinals and stuff like that. So you remember to bring one or two when you head over to army. Yeah. The next two things that are very, very essential is these. These are Gatsby cooling wipes for face and for body. Why I say these are important is because sometimes, you know, when you go out to like probably field camp, or when you go for like your PT sessions, right, in between they will only give you like probably like 5 to 10 minutes to even change from your PE uniform to suddenly your Smart 4. And sometimes you don't really have enough time to bathe when 64 people in your platoon is chasing after 16 different shower rooms. So when it comes to these type of situations, you definitely need cooling wipes, because cooling wipes really, I swear to God, hands down, Gatsby cooling wipes. You guys need it. Like, it is so goated right now. Like, you guys just need it. Another essential thing you need is this, Fabric. So basically at times when, you know, a single day itself, like I can tell you from experience that from a single day itself, sometimes we need to switch between 4 different clothing. So we can switch from admin to PT, then suddenly to Smart 4, then suddenly back to PT again, then suddenly back to admin, which as you can see, we literally change our shirts 5 times, and in all 5 situations, we sweat in every single one of them. So like in this style of cases, we definitely need fabrics, because once we, let's just say we finish our exercise, right? What we can do is that we can reuse the shirt for the afternoon session and spray fabrics. Basically, it helps to clean up all like the dirt, the dirty smell, and I know it's not the cleanest of all, but it helps to maintain for the day itself so that the next day you guys can wash it. So fabrics is definitely a need, and also for your lockers as well, guys. Like lockers can get quite stinky over some time. Like after 1 week, my locker got quite stinky, so this is why I needed fabrics. So fabrics is really important. Now the rest of the other stuff are quite essential, like the normal typical type of stuff like sunblock. You definitely need sunblock. Tekong is 1 to 2 degrees hotter than mainland itself. You definitely need more of those like cleaning wipes, or basically this, like this. You need these wash wipes. The reason for this is because they will conduct like SBB, SBA, SBU, where they'll check your bunks, they'll check your beds and all. And so you really need to clean off all the dust that are left over there over the past few years. And it's sometimes it's really hard, and the expectations over there in Tekong is really high. So you definitely need one of this so that you are able to do like area cleaning and all. Not everybody is prepared for this, so you definitely need somebody to carry this along with you so that you can clean off all the dust, including your lockers, your bed, your whole entire bunk. Yeah, everything, guys, everything. And this is basically my assault bag. As you can see, it literally looks like a normal backpack, and usually we're given like a 4D number right over here. It's not to buy 4D, by the way. It's just so that, you know, in army, when you're handling like few thousand people, they're able to know which number you are and how to differentiate you. Like instead of calling like, you know, if my name is Jovan, there are like probably like thousands of Jovans over there, right? So in order to differentiate each and every one of us, we have 4D numbers. So that's one way to see it. And so the first thing I'll be packing inside is this. So a bit of like mosquito repellent, more hangers as well, because I realized that, you know, there's not enough, and I will also need an extra pair of civilian clothes. So wait, let me just see how can I do this. Wait, I don't want to bring this along. Probably pack another pair of civilian clothes. Plasters, Mopico, all this you definitely need. Like, yeah, especially mosquito patch, guys. At night, there are tons of mosquitoes over there, and you definitely need mosquito patch once in a while, because I know even though if you can stand it, but sometimes, guys, there's just too many mosquitoes, I swear. But I mean, that's the whole part of army, right? So we're just gonna get started packing right now. There are tons of stuff. After this, we're gonna fold my Smart 4 and yeah, maybe talk a bit more about the Smart 4, the uniform, and how we're gonna maintain, how we manage, and what we should do, and what are the uniforms that, you know, we wear on a daily basis and how often. So yeah, let's start packing first. Let's start packing. Alright, so these are the different set of clothes. So actually for book out, you're only allowed to bring like 1 set of each, because the purpose of you being there is to learn how to do everything yourself, fold your bed yourself, clean your clothes yourself, wash your clothes yourself. And so that's why you're not able to bring as many clothes back as possible. It's like 1 set of each. So here are like 1 set of each, where I'm gonna pack it back in so I can bring it back to Tekong. There's like my PT kit, there's my admin kit, there is my socks, my underwear, there is, yeah, literally everything. And so we are also supposed to bring 1 civilian clothes, and look at this. This is, if you watch my previous video, I actually went for my Arsenal game, my first Arsenal game in my life, and what I picked up was this Declan Rice jersey. And this font is a special Singapore edition font where, you know, it doesn't sell all the time. So I guess along with that, we're gonna match it with one of my pickups, my recent pickups from Australia as well. I bought this jeans from Australia. It's a baggy balloon jeans from Cotton On, and I think I mentioned this before in my Australian vlog, but let me just say it again. But their Cotton On has a different type of collection where it is legit next level from what you have in Singapore. Like balloon long baggy jeans, like that is insane, and the fit on it, it looks really sick. So, and in Singapore you don't really get this style of like cuts at all. You get your standard basic cut, tight cut, straight cuts, all these. So I guess you can say I'm really happy to get one of these from there, and so I'm gonna pack it into my bag and bring it over to Tekong, cause yeah, we need 1 pair of civilian as well. another downside from army is that, you know, I cannot use any of my devices like my camera, my laptop or anything like that. So that's why I say it's really hard to post videos at like a constant pace and like a constant effort. But yeah, so this is my plan right now. Every week, do one, film one, edit one. So that's the plan. And so I'm actually editing one video right now. It's actually edited already. So once it's up, it's gonna be uploaded in like the next few days. Sorry guys, sore throat. So yeah, so I hope, you know, it really gives a bigger experience of like what army is like. And so I'm gonna document down every single week on how army is, what experience I went through, how I felt, and basically just to document like a journal like that, but in a video form instead of like a writing form. So, and besides that, I really did stock up, like credit to Jis, you really did stock up on more of these Gatsby wipes. It's really what you really need when you go to army. So yeah. Power banks. So these are the two power banks that I brought over the 2 weekends that I stayed in Tekong. This is the 130 watts 200,000 mAh power bank by Ugreen. I definitely would recommend. It's really good, and I love Ugreen's design as well. I use it for like my adapters as well. So yeah, Ugreen for the win. Like one power bank can charge me about 5 times, so 2 power bank can charge me about 10 times. Alright, so we're out here in the front of my house, and the reason for that is because we are gonna start giving my boots. So these are basically my boots over the past 2 weeks. As you can see, it gets a bit dirty afterwards because, you know, when you wear them after you kiwi, like, you know, you step on stuff, you scrub over like concrete and stuff like that. So that's why it's a bit dirty right now. And every time before you report somewhere, when you report to your platoon or when you report to your higher ups, your sergeants, you definitely need to kiwi your boots. And the reason for that is because you might not know whether they're gonna do a bearings check. That's why uncle, 早. And that's why you gotta always kiwi your boots. Tan Ping, 等一下。
那个晶晶哦，你的孙也是吗？你的孙下个月嘛？你的孙也是下个月晶晶是吗？他8月啦。
So what it comes with is your brush. You would need a brush. This is Jis' old brush. It's from her back in the days. I think probably about 10 years old for now. And you also need kiwi as well. These are like the kiwis that they don't provide. These are the kiwis that, you know, Jis passed me because she said it's good. It says #1 shoe polish in the world, so let's try it out. But besides that, Army has also provided like probably 3 different kiwis and 1 brush as well, so you don't have to worry if you do not have them because they will all provide it for you guys. And of course, when you kiwi, you would want to polish it shine, so you definitely need a cloth. But when you first go in Army, the expectation is not very high, so all they actually expect is for your boots to be full black and definitely show that, you know, you did some sort of polishing. And how shiny it is depends on your effort. So yeah, the sergeants, the inchicks, the commanders can really see how much effort you put into polishing your boots. So basically when your boots come brand new, your whole entire sole here and your leather looks extremely different. Like the color difference looks different from what it is right now. So that's why the standard of, you know, polishing is literally just making your whole shoe black. So this vlog is gonna be a bit mundane because, you know, it's gonna be a lot of like talking scenes, a lot of A-rolls, very little B-rolls as well because we're not allowed to take videos as well. But I guess you can consider this video as more of like a journaling session, I guess. Like, this is my way of documenting my life, and I want to basically tell you guys everything that I know about Army from beginning, from top to bottom. So in confinement week, the first day when you actually head in, you feel a bit a bit like clueless, like you don't know how to feel about it. You feel a bit excited, but at the same time a bit sian as well, because for people who really has a direction in life, who really knows what they want to be, a lot of people would be dreading through their life during these 2 years because they feel like, you know, Army is a waste of time. But for others as well who want to like improve on their physique, on their own physical appearance, they'll be definitely looking forward to Army. And that's probably like a half-half for me, because I feel that, you know, during these 2 years I'm doing freelance and doing photography. I can usually use these 2 years, most of my time, I can use it to, you know, improve my portfolio, get more clients, get myself up there in my career line. And basically, yeah, I'm already on board. Like, I'm already like jumpstart my career, and this is what I really wanted to do. but because of army I have to stop that for 2 years. And the way I see it is that yeah, definitely it may seem a bit like, you know, sian at first, but afterwards if you think about it, you just want to develop that optimistic mindset. Like, you know, when you go in, you do not want to think about any of this, you still try to make it happen. Like I try to still make YouTube videos every single week, and yeah, I mean that's about it. Just look forward, don't look back, I would say, if that's my advice. Second thing is that, you know, when you head in, you know, the people around you, you do not know whether they are from your company or they are from your battalion, they're from your school, you know, things like that. But it depends on what the intake is that day. And I know a lot of people get confused between what are schools, what are battalions, what are companies. So let me just break it down for you guys right now. So the whole big general scope is actually called a battalion. In a battalion, there are different schools, like maybe school 1 to school 5, and within those schools itself, there are multiple companies. So for mine, I'm in school 1, and in that school 1 itself, there are different companies such as like Apache, Falcon, Dragon, Cougar. Can't really list down every single one of them, but I can let you know which I am in. So I'm actually in Cougar Company, School 1, and and within that company itself, there are different platoons. So in a company, there are like more likely 3 to 4 platoons depending on which level you're staying in. So for mine, I am in platoon 2, staying in level 3, and in level 3 itself, there are 4 different bunks, and each bunks are called sections. So technically, you can consider sections within bunks, like sections and bunks the same thing. And within each section itself, there are a total of 16 people living inside that one bunk, and one platoon there are a total of 64 people. This is a very important thing that you need to know if you're going to become platoon IC. And for me, lucky for me, I was given the opportunity to actually be platoon IC for like the first 2 weeks after confinement week. Basically last week I have already been platoon IC for 3 days, and I'm gonna continue on my service for this 1 week, which is a good opportunity for me as well, and for a good opportunity for any one of you guys out there who are taking command school. So command school is basically your SCS and your OCS. OCS is officer cadet school, SCS is your sergeant cadet school, and so it depends on where you want to go. If you're not going to command school, you're basically gonna get posted into either like infantry, armory, all these type of things. And so I mean, going into army, I get a clearer scope on what are the different like outposts that you're gonna get outposts to. But what I'm trying to aim for this BMT is to get into command school, probably OCS or SCS. And so yeah, and being in these style command schools, you definitely need to show your leadership skills, your behavior skills, how you work as a team, and basically how you organize yourself. Because as a platoon leader, you need to show that, you know, you're capable enough to show a good representation for your whole platoon mates. And so yeah, that's a very big tough situation. And at every point, you definitely need to count strength, you need to take responsibility. If anything fucks up, it's all on you, you know? It's actually pretty tough. And one more thing that you need to know is to know your commands as well. Commands are very important because you need to lead your whole platoon to either lunch, to anywhere at all. Whenever you leave the bunk, you need to march. When you go for lunch, when you go for like, I guess, lectures as well, these type of things, you definitely need to march as long as you're leaving your bunk. So for me as a PP batch, when I get in, we have to settle a lot of the admin stuff during the first 2 weeks of confinement. So during the first few weeks, we have a lot of lectures, and it gets very, very tiring as well because, for example, we have PT, right? So the different PTs that we have are like strength training, metabolism training. We have AC, which is our aerobic, basically running, guys. It's basically running. So there are these 3 different exercises that we will go through every single week, and it happens every single day. Some days you might have 2, some days you might have 1, and at the most, some days you might have 3. The amount of admin time over there is not really a lot, so do take note that, you know, the amount of time you use your phones are not really there, especially because even though you're in your bunk, there's a lot of things, other things that you need to do. Like for example, if you do have like 2 hours admin time, right, they will definitely ask you to use your admin time to help clean up your bunk, because every single week there's always going to be a SBB, SBA, SBU, okay, maybe not SBU, probably a SBA at the finest level, because they're gonna check your bunk whether is it dusty or not. Every single part of your bunk must be clean, because the bunk is your responsibility, and that helps to teach us to, you know, be responsible of what we have, be appreciative of what we have, and yeah, just try to learn how to upkeep the different things that you have in your bunk. On some days you might have swimming as well, but swimming is probably the most often thing that you're gonna get. You have swimming, you have sports and games as well. Sports and games, they're mainly focusing on 3 different games. You don't get to play every single game like basketball, football, they don't have those type of things. It's mostly on like captain's ball, frisbee, dodgeball, these type of things. And I wouldn't say I would say it's actually quite fun. I'm actually looking forward to every sports and games because compared to like strength training, right, you definitely want to play games rather than doing strength training. Like, why would you want to do strength training? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And another thing for you guys to know is that actually in army, you don't really get a lot of like strength. Like, you know how when we are in Singapore, we get to go gyms, we want to increase our muscle mass and stuff like that, right? So actually in army, you don't really get to focus a lot on building up your muscle mass. It's more about losing your fat mass and your water mass. The last thing I want to talk about before ending this, like, I guess journaling, vlogging session, I guess, is that how my experience went during the past 2 weeks. I know I've been talking about my experience, but this one is really my experience with people. So the first time I went in, knowing me, I'm like a person who talks a lot. I'm a very talkative guy, you can kind of say that. I talk a lot. I usually talk when I'm not supposed to, and in army, when you talk when you're not supposed to, you get the punishment of it. Like, if you get what I mean. So basically, when I first went in, I do not know when to speak out, when I can speak out, when do I not speak out as well. And so that really caused me a lot of problems as well, because, that makes me like, interrupt people. Like, it doesn't really feel good on yourself. And so that's one of the learning points that I will have to go through in army, and so far so forth. Like, it's been better. Like, I've learned to control when to speak out and when to not speak out, especially with my friends as well, because you're living in a bunk with 16 other people, and these 16 other people have 16 different backgrounds, like living backgrounds. Like, some of them may be the quiet type, some of them may be the really extrovert type, some of them may be the nerdy type. Like, you just gotta know, like, who are these people and how to get along with them. Like, from experience, my bunkmate himself is a very introvert type of person. He doesn't talk a lot, but he told me that his purpose of coming into army is to really talk more, to be able to communicate, and to have that role of, trying to communicate more, because he lives in a world where it's full of architecture. Like, he takes architecture course, and most of his time, 24/7, he's always on architecture. And when you're in architecture, you literally have no time outside to socialize. He's always on the ball, on the work. And like he said, the job is never done. If there is time, the job is never done, because there are things that can be improved. And so that's why he always tells me that, coming to army, what he wants to do is to improve on his commanding skills, and to also communicate well. And so that's where both of us, in the beginning, we didn't click well, is because I'm more of the extrovert type, he's more of the introvert type, and he doesn't really have the energy to talk to me 24/7 like I am. So that's why in the beginning we didn't really work out, but right now I could I guess confidently say that we are quite good bunkmates now. Like, we usually help each other. I'm the platoon IC, and I've assigned him as the section IC to help me out, and so far so forth. Like, our relationship, our friendship has been going really, really well. So I'm glad that at the beginning we have tough times where we talk about very tough topics that we do not want to talk about, like the hard truths, but learning how to accept them really helps make us grow as a person. And henceforth, we really are able to click along with one another, and now we are probably in a one click group. And besides that, I can really see that he's trying to really communicate well, trying to improve on his communication skills, and I'm really happy for that, because it makes me feel like I've just influenced somebody to be a better person, somebody who wants to be someone who he is. And yeah, I guess that really makes me quite happy. So that's like my takeaway from this few confinement weeks. Now, it's not very easy to get through it, but I would say that it's definitely manageable to live through the lifestyle of going through army life. So yeah, heading back today, I'm just looking forward to seeing all the friends I have and just living out the life, because in Tekong you don't really have to worry about anything. In Tekong is really, really peaceful. Like, the air there is fresher, everything there is better. And okay, a lot of people say Tekong is bad, right? Okay guys, but to me, when I'm in Singapore living in my own room, I literally have 1,001 things to think about in my head. But when I'm in Tekong, it's literally just henceforth cannot do anything, so I don't think about anything, and I really have a good sleep every single night compared to when I have in here. So I guess you can say this one of the upsides living in Tekong as well. And I know I'm just blabbering about the many different things, so I definitely want to go into topic next week henceforth. So yeah, let's talk about it. But today is more of like my ranting session, more of like my sharing session, and if I wasn't up to topic, well, sorry guys, you're just gonna wait for next week. But if you guys do have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I'll answer them next week. And yeah, enlistment life, army life, that's how it is. So yeah, we're gonna head in to Tekong later in the afternoon. I'm gonna relax a bit, chill a bit, have lunch a bit with my family, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. So, oh, how? No.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. Is she your bestie? She's like my.
Okay. Just what you want? You order already? Okay, mommy.
Oh, I'll give you a hug. Yeah, you said yes.
See you on Sunday.
Friday.
Oh, okay.
I'm going in.
Bye. See you on Friday.